Hey everybody, Brittany Fry here, and I wanted to share with all of you some exciting news. I have officially become a certified death doula. And I know based off of some of the comments that I've seen, people don't really know what a death doula is and that it even exists, or what does it mean to be a death doula, what services do death doulas provide, and knowing that there is a great need for death doulas because we are all going to die. We are all going to experience death, whether it be our own death, death of loved ones, whether you're prepared for loved ones' deaths or whether they are tragic. Death is just all around us. And as a death doula, the reason why I became inspired to become a death doula is because I've experienced death in my life, and from a young age. And from a young age, I've also been really intrigued by the spirits of people who have died, and have always wanted to connect with loved ones. And that is why I actually became a medium, so that I could communicate better to my loved ones who have died and also help others receive messages from their loved ones. But then I was also faced with death. My grandma died, my grandpa died. I've had other friends and family members die, whether it be tragically or knowingly. And the death that I've experienced has been really actually amazing, and a very spiritual experience, and I've been able to help those die with a little bit more peace and less fear. And I've also been able to communicate to those that are dying on a soul level. So I actually haven't, there has been opportunities where I haven't actually had to be face to face with the person that is dying. Rather, I've been able to communicate with them on a soul level to help their transition become a lot more peaceful. And then I've also been able to work with people one-on-one in person, helping them to kind of tie up their loose ends and have some peace around the fact of death. And so that is what has inspired me to become a death doula. Now, there are lots of different services that death doulas can actually provide. So I'll share a little bit about the different services, and then I'll share about the services that I am going to create to provide. So a death doula can do respite care. So whether it's for the person that is terminally ill or dying, you can help them with, running errands or cooking their meals, cleaning, things like that. And also provide respite care for the loved ones of that person. So sitting with them, helping them kind of sort out their emotions, things like that. Now, as of right now, I necessarily don't want to be the go person, like running errands and things like that. But I do want to be like sitting vigil for that person that is dying and their family. So holding a sacred space and creating a sacred space for the person that is experiencing death, and working with them on a soul level to bring more peace within their last final days or months or whatever it may be. Starting to break the taboo topic of death so that it's not something that they fear. Again, so many people, I've seen it, experience fear around death and dying, or they have mixed belief systems with that they're holding on to about what death may look like based off of religious beliefs and upbringings and stuff like that. So I want to bring comfort and peace, and just hold that space for them. So it's not my job to convince them of different beliefs, but I want to help them work through some of their beliefs so that they're not choosing fear and pain and suffering, which a lot of humans like to do, unfortunately. So holding vigil means just holding space, being non-judgmental about their experience, but helping them to sort through their emotions, their beliefs, and their feelings. Also, as a death doula, you can help create legacy projects, which is something that really speaks loudly to me as well. but helping people prepare, whether it be photo albums, recipe cards, recipe books, picture collages, whether they want to share those belongings with their loved ones, or whether it's just that they want to create in their mind or out on paper what their legacy is, and being able to share their legacy with other family members before they pass, or wait until after they pass, whatever that may look like. Then death doulas can also prepare, what is the word? Healthcare directives. I was like, words here, Brittany. Healthcare directives. So healthcare directives are not a legal document. You don't need a lawyer present to create healthcare directives, but it's also very important for people to create healthcare directives so that their family members or doctors kind of know the wishes of the person that is dying. So putting those in order with the people is also something that I'm very interested in doing, so that they can make sure that their needs, wants, and desires are met for their life and then afterwards. And you can also work with people with the funeral homes to create their funerals that they are wanting. You can do green burials. You can make sure that their wishes of being cremated are met, different things like that. A death doula does not make any choices based on like medication or anything to do with that. Just honoring what they want. So if they want an at-home death, or in a hospital, or in a nursing home, or whatever that may look like. And I think that there are probably a couple other things that I'm missing. But those are kind of like the main services. And again, I'm sure there's other ones that I'm missing right now at the top of my head. But my main focus as I start out on this journey is to educate people about death, and to help people understand and break the stigma of fear around death. Because again, it's something that we are all going to experience in some way, shape, or form. And to bring peace for those who are nearing death and for their loved ones, just to provide that support and what to look for if their loved one is dying, in a more spiritual sense, in the way that supports their belief systems. So there's a lot that can be done, and I'm looking just to start educating people on death and help them understand it a little bit better. I'll also be doing the visual work. That's one thing that I really am passionate about, is working and just being there, just sitting with that person. And the legacy project is really big. How do you want to be remembered? How does your loved one want to be remembered after they pass? So that's just a little bit about what I'm going to be doing, and I will be back to share more. But please reach out to me if you have any questions. Share this information if you know of anybody who is looking for support. I know a lot of people work with hospice nurses, which is an amazing opportunity, and a death doula just complements what a hospice nurse does. So a hospice nurse doesn't typically sit visual with that person through the dying process or with the family. They're just kind of coming in, giving medications, answering questions, things like that. But it's usually a quick in and out type thing, where a death doula comes in to help that person through the process and the family, being on call, and just providing that support and helping that person. So again, that's just the briefness of what I will be providing. All of a sudden, like a huge wave of emotion just came through me. Speaking about this is amazing. This is like happy emotions. Like, I'm so aligned with this work, and it's so incredible for me. And I'm excited to be where I'm at right now. And I'm so excited to create this business and provide support to so many people. Because again, we are all going to experience it. And I know that part of my purpose here in this world is to provide people with clarity and understanding and the tools that they need to be able to work through fears, whether it be about death or just their own fears and anxiety about life, about living. But I want to teach people how to live and not live in fear of death. So I'm so excited. So please feel free to share this message. Please feel free to reach out to me. I will be starting to compile my list of services as I start to enroll or roll out some more of my ideas and services and things like that. If you are in need of this right now, please reach out to me. Or if you have a loved one that you want them to start working on this, you don't need to wait. That's the other point. You don't need to wait until a loved one gets a diagnosis or whatever it may be. You can start to work on, if you're healthy, like I've worked on my my death plan, or like what I want my funeral to look like. And hopefully I'm not going to die anytime soon, but you don't need a diagnosis. You don't need to be sick. We can prepare for our own death and what we want after we are gone. And again, I forgot to mention too that I have experienced a lot of traumatic deaths in my world. So being a medium, I also want to incorporate my mediumship skills and just my healing abilities with people and families who have experienced traumatic deaths with their loved ones, and provide them with support and care and planning if they need help with planning the funerals or anything like that, just to be that support system for that person. So please reach out to me if you have questions, comments, concerns, anything that you want to learn more about this, or if I can provide support in any way. It's what my heart knows. It's what my heart loves. I've been able to give lots of messages to people who have lost loved ones, and that is amazing, and provides a lot of people with peace on all sides of it. So again, I will continue to share more and more. Please reach out if you have questions, and please feel free to share this message. And I'll be talking to you next time. Bye.